Oh man, we had a heck of a year for versus, didn't we guys? We had a lot of versus done this year, and it was an incredible year for versus content. By the way, I'm TrevinF. Thank you guys for coming to the versus channel. We got a lot done this year, and I'm very, very happy with what we have done. There's a lot of things that changed over time with versus. With versus, we had a lot of uploads that got unlisted because they just weren't catching people's attention, and people just weren't interested. We did upload a Halo video, a few Halo videos from my channel, but people just did not find any interest in those. They barely got past like 2 views, and I was like, I don't want to upload things people won't enjoy. So I took those down, the ones with Exodus. Then I had a GTA 5 versus uploaded, but then I was like, it got like 40 views, and I was like, I don't know if people really like a Grand Theft Auto 5 versus. It's probably too long, and I don't know. If you guys want a GTA 5 versus, let me know. I feel like that could be restarted up. It would just have to be in different circumstances than what I had it before. But I will say that I am very happy with the amount of series we've done. We done The Legend of Zelda Triforce Hunt randomizer versus with attacking toucans. That was really fun. We did a few Connect 4 sessions with VitaKid for Halo. Super Mario Sunshine with VitaKid attacking toucans and Nimpulk. We did Super Mario 64 with my friend Lithium. We're still working on DK64 randomizer versus right now. Tyler and I also did Connect 4 for Mario 64 as well. There's a lot that, even though that I started doing videos for versus on the versus channel this year, the channel grew a really good amount. If I would have kept doing versus on my main channel, I really don't think the variety would have gotten out there, because my channel is mixed with Let's Plays, and adding Let's Plays and versus into one channel just didn't seem like the right way to go. But I think in the direction that I took it with putting versus content on its own channel just made absolute sense, and it's its own variety. It's still the same concepts, just in different game terms, and I think that's what makes this so much better. The idea came from attacking toucans and Josh Jepson, obviously. I feel like most people know that by now. And just to clear the air of anyone that tries to be like, well, you copied attacking toucans and Josh Jepson and blah blah blah, I'm just trying to be a hater. Listen, I'm gonna say this in a video because I feel like some people think that when they watch the Mario 64 versus, that we were just like being the poor version of their versus. I want to clear things up about that real quick. Number one, I already talked to Tyler about doing this. Tyler fully supported the idea. He liked the idea that I should do it. He already knew about it, and he was featured in a few of my videos, especially in the Zelda videos. Like, he knows about this whole, he knows about the channel, he knows what I do on this channel. It's not ripping off. The Versus Frontier name, I asked him about using Versus in my name for the channel, and he said that he was completely okay with it. Understand that I wouldn't have done this if I thought that it would have been a problem. So of course I got permission. The Versus concept was an open variety to anybody. It was just the Versus name, how I wanted to have my own channel with Versus, with the name Versus in it, because his channel had Versus name in it. He knows about everything about this channel. He knows everything about it. He knows that I have the name The Versus Frontier. He knows that I do the Versus concept. Heck, in the Super Mario 64 versus, the layout that was used, he made it. I just altered the colors. I just want to clear that up because I think a few people think that I'm just ripping him off, or I'm just like trying to copy his style, when he knows I've done it. We've done versus together. I just had to clear that up. We've done versus together. He knows about the channel name. He knows that I've done versus for about 9 years. He's done it for 13 years. He just found out that I did my own versus content years ago before we started talking. So I'm not ripping him off for nothing. He knows about all of this that I do. He knows about all of it. We do have a lot more versus content coming out still, and we have a lot more versus coming up. We have a lot more. I'm going to be spoiling it for you guys. If you guys don't want to be spoiled by this, you don't have to watch the video, but if you guys want to know what will be coming up, is we still will be continuing DK64 randomizer versus. This versus is going very, very well. At least so far it is in my favor. Vita has a plan, but who knows what's gonna happen. The second versus we have coming up is going to be Luigi's Mansion versus between Vita and I. Vita knows the game very well, while I'm still basically new at it, but I figured, hey, why not throw my hand in the ring and see if I can beat them in the versus. The next one that is gonna be coming up is Super Mario 64, the rematch, but it's going to be a randomizer with Lithium again. Lithium was a really fun versus opponent. I really enjoyed doing versus with Lithium, and I hope to do more with him in the future. There was a lot. I think the chemistry between him and I commentating was just really good. And there was a lot of funny moments in that versus that I like to go back and watch because it was just a lot of funny moments. And I really appreciate the fact that I got to know Lithium as a person and hang out with him and do versus content with him. And he's just a really cool dude overall. I enjoy doing versus with him. So I'm glad that we're going to be doing another versus with Mario 64, and this time with the randomizer. I'm excited for that. That randomizer is going to be so much fun, I feel. And then we have another one after that. Like, I'm telling you guys, 2025 is going to be the year where we have so much versus content. There's gonna be so much versus content on this channel. It's gonna be insane. I think the content that I'm gonna be doing is gonna last me up to about the end of the year if we keep doing things the way I'm doing things. The next one is going to be a Conker's Bad Fur Day versus 3 with the twist. Conker's Bad Fur Day versus 3 is going to contain 3 people. You got myself, you got Vitakid, and you got Lithium. The 3 people that I've done versus with in 2024. We'll be doing a versus of Conker's Bad Fur Day versus. It's exciting. 3 people for the 3rd round. I don't know if you can really call it a 3rd round though, because Lithium never did a versus with us at Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was always Vita and I. But I think the 3 makes sense because there's the 3 of us. I thought that was kind of clever. So, yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day versus 3 is going to be coming out. And the way that I want to do this versus will not be a versus where whoever beats the game first is the winner, and that's it. It's going to be the first person who wins. There's two other competitors that got to compete for 2nd and 3rd place. So that's what's going to be happening for this versus. The layout I'm kind of thinking about is kind of iffy. I want to make a layout that's going to be I want to make a layout that's going to be enjoyable for other people so they could still like, because cramming 2 screens, I've done it for 4 people. 4 people seems a little bit easier. I could probably do it for 3 people, but doing it for 3 people, I'll have to like work around some stuff and see what works best. There's a few ideas I had. I'm going to be working out the ideas and details with Vita Lithium about it. It's going to take time, but that versus is not happening until April-ish. But with Mario 64 randomizer and DK64 randomizer, I doubt that we'll be without versus content for a while because we're going to have a lot before we get to that point. And then another versus content that's going to be coming out is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, this one is going to be the biggest twist out of all the versus content that I've done. I've done a Triforce Hunt randomizer with Attacking Toucans. I've done a Majora's Mask versus on my channel. Never done. I have done a Ocarina of Time versus with 2 people. Never finished because one of the verses that I did in the past was a really bad situation. And the situation was so bad that I had to distance myself from them because they just weren't a good person. The other one was with my friend Pal. I haven't done any content with her in a long time, and I hope to do so again. But we did an Ocarina of Time versus that was not finished because she was married, she was going through job stuff, and she was like moving. And there was a lot that went on during that time, and we just never finished the versus. And her laptop at the time just was so bad. We did this back in 2020, I believe, or 2019, and we just haven't done it since. I have done an Ocarina of Time versus, but I've never done it in the form that I'm gonna tell you guys now. The way this versus is going to work is going to be a randomizer versus vanilla. I'm going to be doing a randomizer. The friend that I have doing this with me will be doing the vanilla version of Ocarina of Time. Now, how is this fair, you guys are asking? Because theirs is pretty straightforward, you know? My friend just has to get her items as normal. I gotta roam around and find every item that I can get to complete the randomizer. The reason why we're doing it this way is because she's played Ocarina of Time a few different times. But she's not like me, where I know where a lot of things are. She knows how to get through like the dungeons and like she knows where to go and stuff. But there's like a lot that for someone who hasn't played it as much as I have to like remember where things are and how to get things, you know what I mean? That's why I'm doing the randomizer. I want to do the randomizer because I thought the randomizer versus the vanilla versus would be so cool and so much fun. And that's basically where we're going to be going. I think it's going to be, I feel like that versus would take 5-6 hours at most, maybe. But after that, I won't have any other versus content after that. So it's just kind of like, I already have a few different projects I have coming up anyway. So I'm not like thinking too far ahead because with DK64 still going, Mario 64 randomizer coming up, Conker's Bad Fur Day will be coming up, and then the Zelda coming up. It's a lot. I still plan to keep uploading these daily as I keep going along with everything. And once I have Mario 64, Conker's, the Zelda, Luigi's Mansion, I plan to just upload videos in different days. Basic, like how I did with Mario 64 and DK. Make one day Mario, make one day DK, make another day, make, you know, stuff like that. It's kind of like do a rotation. That's kind of where I plan to go with it. People really enjoy the versus content, and I'm really glad that you guys do, because this content is so much fun to make, and it's honestly a really fun time. It really is. But yeah, those are the updates I want to give you guys to the channel, and I hope you guys had a really good Happy New Year. It is now January 2nd, and I made a video about my 24 recap video on my channel. So if you guys want to check that out, my link to my channel is in the description, along with my VODs channel, my VR channel. So if you guys want to check those out as well. That's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And let's make 2025 the year that we just build for opportunities. Opportunities knock on the door. We got to take them. All right, y'all. Take it easy.
Why must life be so complicated? So many signals that I'm sending out getting mistranslated. But I got my friends and they got me. We'll reshape reality. I don't mind.